When soccer coach Leo Johnson tried to take his team from Canada to England last week, the trials of travel got in the way. Half the players had to stay back because of a bureaucratic mix-up. For Coach Johnson, the delay threatened a dream he worked hard to make real. But the implications for the team were far more serious. The CBC's Neil Kuxel has our story.
We know we are ready for this, and we know we can win.
But can they even get to the tournament? That is the question weighing heavily on Coach Leo Johnson and his soccer team, United FC. All the players are under 19 from 10 different countries. All but one is a refugee. And all have been working for months, practicing and raising $40,000 for the chance to play in England at an international youth tournament alongside their European heroes, Arsenal FC.
This means everything to them. For them, it's about success in life or failure in life. If this fails, the implication is huge.
It is about much more than scoring goals.
These guys spend years in war zones and on a refugee camp trying to get to a better place to survive. They finally made it to Canada, and they hit another struggle, trying to integrate.
Coach Johnson fought those battles too. He spent 8 years in refugee camps as a child, fleeing Liberia's bloodshed in the 90s.
I saw people being killed. I walked over bodies. I saw people being shot beside me.
So after coming to Canada in 2006, he was determined to help young refugees realize their Canadian dream and formed the team with co-coach Mark Sinke.
It's been a struggle. Some of them have no parents, no family here. They live on their own, so we are their own family.
But staying positive can be tough when trash talk from other teams crosses the line.
There's the racial slurs in the amongst the players from different teams because we're all from different nationalities.
As an Afghan in Canada, I have seen racism. People calling me, "What do you want here? You're killing our soldiers."
Right now, half of the players are already at the tournament with Coach Sinke. The other half were told they didn't have the right travel documents just as they were about to board a plane last week. Keeping the whole team back would have meant losing most of the money they raised and losing their spot in the tournament. So 10 of the players and their coach were sent over first, while the rest try not to lose hope.
But it was really disappointing because half of my friends were there and half of us were here, so it was really sad.
Being left behind meant raising more money. So short of the cash and without documents, time to regroup.
We've been working.
First, interviews to get the word out. And for the documents, dozens of phone calls and a frantic drive to Ottawa in the middle of the night. It all puts Coach Johnson at the doorstep of the British High Commission.
It's actually about 8 visas.
Then they wait. Hours later.
Congratulations, Christine. We did it. I got all 8 visas in my hand.
Golden tickets and a final bit of good news. A contribution from a CBC viewer puts the team over the top.
He's a disabled veteran from the Canadian Armed Forces. I'm from the Gulf War. He said, "Leo, I think this is money well spent, and I'm willing to give whatever it takes to make sure you guys reach your goal to take these guys to England."
It makes me feel like I'm special, make me feel like I'm really to be proud of Canadian.
And a reminder of Coach Johnson's motto, don't see problems, see through them.
And Neil Kuxel joins us now. What a nice story. Money's tight for this team, obviously. Where do they get the money for equipment, for example?
It's all donated, Ian, and that is the amazing part of this. The coach's time, the field time, the equipment, their uniforms, it's all donated. And this trip, of course, we were talking about the donations that poured in, came in, the coaches say, from every province in the country, including the CBC viewer who saw our piece on Sunday. He's from Moncton, New Brunswick. Everyone was so touched by the story. They wanted to donate, get the kids where they need to go.
You were saying while you were on the air on the weekend, you got a message. This guy called in.
20 minutes after it aired, Coach Johnson said they got the call. We put them in touch. We wanted to make sure it would actually come to fruition. And it did on Monday. And despite the fact that this man wanted to stay anonymous, he's quite ill, didn't have a lot of money, but still wanted to give something.
Now, how did this story come across your desk in the first place?
Well, we saw it in a local coverage in Hamilton, Ontario. It's all part of our Canadian Dream series that we do on the weekend. It takes a look at the Canadian Dream through the eyes of new Canadians, their struggles, their triumphs, the logistics, the bureaucracy of getting in. And then there are stories like this about new Canadians trying to integrate. And I'm particularly interested in how young Canadians integrate. And this turned out to be a perfect example because you heard one of the players say it there, and we heard it from others too. This made them feel Canadian for the first time. And that's what these coaches are trying to do.
All right, so it's midweek, and you just have to outdo yourself when you're on News Network this
Next
weekend.
Sunday, we'll try to come up with a good one.
We look forward to that, Neil. Thank you.
Thanks so much.